Hello, welcome back to day 4 of our Pose a Day for 100 days. Hopefully you've been enjoying our 3 days so far and have noticed that they're really nice poses for warming up the body. So as a special bonus, I'm going to add another video that will add several of these poses together that will allow us to do just a nice warm-up that you can do every day. So we'll start today. We're going to do a nice pose continuing with our hip theme, but also it'll be opening up the shoulders and a nice little workout warm up for the spine as well. So we're working on our dynamic child pose sequence today. So we have today a blanket or your thick beach towel, and then maybe some blocks, just depending if you want to be on your hands and knees. So we'll start today just taking our nice 3 arriving breaths. So sitting up nice and tall. Take a nice inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth, allowing the shoulders to relax down. Continuing a few more nice full breaths, feeling the nice sense of grounding of your sit bones beneath you. The rise and length of your spine up through the crown of the head. Letting yourself arrive to your one pose practice today. And after your next exhale, if the eyes are closed, let's open the eyes. Let's get started. So if you don't like to be on your knees, you're certainly welcome to try this dynamic child pose using a countertop or tabletop or even a high chair back. And you'll do the same motion, bending the knees and the hips, just not as much of an extension of the spine and the shoulders. So we'll get started. Use a blanket under your knees. If you don't like to be on the hands, maybe you've got some wrist issues, you're certainly welcome to use blocks, and we'll bring the blocks just a little bit in front of us to allow you to have your forearms and elbows on the blocks. So you may not get as much extension as you would with the hands on the floor, but that's okay. We're still working the same parts of the body. Now, if your hips can't come back towards your heels, that's okay too. Just find that range of motion that works for your knees and your hips today. As the body starts to loosen up, perhaps we'll get a little bit more range of motion as we continue to practice. So we'll bring the hands a little bit ahead of the shoulders, spread the fingers wide. Take the knees just a little bit wide. I'm going to rest the feet on the tops of the feet. And we'll start here, nice strong arms. Bring the shoulders right over the wrists, thinking of lifting the front of the body, the belly, the chest, up towards the spine, like a mini plank pose. We'll take a nice inhale, and as you exhale, you'll sit your hips back towards your heels, nice long arms. And continuing with the breath, inhaling forward into a mini plank. Allow the shoulders to stay away from the ears. Exhale back, extended child pose. And we'll continue several more rounds, just moving nice and smoothly with your breath. Getting a nice opening under the shoulders, the armpits, lengthening your spine. Nice opening for the hips and the knees as we warm them up. Let's do 4 more of these. So dynamic poses allow the body to open up, increasing some mobility, warming up the body. And static poses then allow us to lengthen and increase our flexibility. So the next time you sit your hips back towards your heels, let's hold here an extended child pose, reaching the hands, the fingertips towards the top of your mat. Maybe the belly's resting on the thighs or not. Keep your gaze downward at the mat or the floor. Your head is in a nice neutral position. If the forehead can rest on the mat, that's great, but it doesn't have to. Allow your head to just stay nice and neutral. Don't raise it trying to look forward up at your screen. Take some nice, full, easeful breaths. Allowing the weight of the hips to release back towards those heels. Of course, anytime, if you're feeling any discomfort at all that's not for you today, then come on out of this or just back out of the range of motion just a little bit until you don't feel that discomfort any longer. Now we're going to add on to this. We'll take our right hand, walk it over to the left hand. Maybe the thumbs touch, or you can stack hands, but you want to allow that arm to stay nice and straight and long. Turn the head to look under that right arm, and then shift the weight into your right hips just a little bit so you feel that nice stretch all the way down that right side of your body. And continuing to breathe those nice full extended breaths. Let those exhales release completely out. Just noticing the nice stretch and opening on that whole right side of your body. After your next exhale, let's walk that right hand back to its original position. Shift the hips so they're back to center. And then we'll switch sides. Left hand over towards the right hand. Turn and look under that left arm. Shift the weight into the left hips, the left side of the body, just a little bit till you feel that nice stretch. And then continue with your nice, full, easeful breaths. Noticing that stretch down the whole left side of your body. And always, just as we're holding poses, it's just nice to check in, becoming aware of any sensations. Noticing, of course, if there's any discomfort, always backing out of it. Just feeling that nice in the areas of the body where it's opening. Getting a little more increase in range of motion and mobility. Now we'll walk the left hand back to center. We'll come back up to all fours, and we're going to add on to this. So we're going to take that right arm, sweep it under the body over to the left side as you sit your hips back. And keep allowing that right arm to sweep over and turn the head. Look under the left arm. And that right shoulder may rest on the floor, but it may not. That's okay, just until you feel a stretch across that right shoulder, maybe in the upper back. And then allow your head to stay in that nice neutral position. So if the head can't easily rest on the floor, just keep it nice and neutral. We don't want to allow the head to hang too much so it's overstretching those neck muscles. And then pause here, taking a few nice full breaths. And then we'll come back up to all fours and switch sides. Let's sweep the left hand under the right side of the body. Sitting those hips back, turn and look under that right arm. Take your time. Allow that shoulder to release, maybe a little bit to the floor. If it doesn't rest there, that's okay. You might be a little bit higher up on the knees. Turning and looking under that right arm. And then take some nice full extended breaths. With each exhale, think of the body just releasing, smoothing, letting go a little bit more. Noticing this left side compared to the right. And we'll take 2 more nice full breaths. After your next full exhale, let's come back up to all fours, and then we'll come back to sit on our blankets. Take a couple nice closing breaths to close out our one pose practice today. Allow your sit bones to ground down and lengthen up through the crown of the head. Take a nice breath in through the nose. And big breath out, nose or mouth. And I thank you all for joining our one pose practice today. I'll see you again tomorrow.